the knife anymore. It is time to jump into the game. It's Inferno. It all comes down to this for both of these teams fighting for their lives here in IEM Sydney 2023. They're in the lower bracket. And even if they do win this game in the lower bracket, they've got another one still to win to make it through to the Aware Super Theatre, which is, of course, where IEM Sydney playoffs will be taking place. Off we go, Cloud9 to kick things off on T side.
Yeah, just a one set of util here. P250 dropped over to Shiro to try and take some of these duels at range. At Liege, pressing out into Carps. Cops himself a goosh, but through the glass only does 45 damage. He'll be, you know, somewhat lucky to not lose too much HP. Two-man crossfire between Grim and JT top of Banana there. Gives them the man advantage. Just Shiro caught walking up. Now 3 players in apps here, unsupported by util until Hobbit can make their way out. Electronic just runs out without any util into a 2-man crossfire. This is madness.
Yeah, maybe not the kind of madness that Cloud9 had planned, because that has gone very wrong indeed. 1-0 is the scoreline. Complexity
Usually,
win pistol.
You get the chimney flash out before you're going to scale out Carbs like that. That's just full faith that the running Glocks are going to be a little bit stronger in the CS2. Electronic just said it's time to go. And, like, gotta be honest, that was a very disjointed pistol round for Cloud9. A P250, dry walking up Banana, dying for free, and then dry running out apps when Hobbit really wasn't in position to support. That is not ideal.
It's just one thing after the other, isn't it? One thing goes wrong, it makes the next thing go wrong a little bit quicker, it seems like. Then it snowballs from there.
Full mid control here for Complexity. Throwing the smoke that we've seen on every bloody video. Yeah, you can smoke off bottom Banana, and T says, I know, bro. I know. I don't have to see 7 shorts about it. This is a really nice anti-eco for Complexity, though.
Well, this is the way that Inferno is going to be played now. Perfecto with a nice headshot there on the Deagle. At least he's able to do a little bit of damage. He'd want another 1 or 2 kills here, and that's going to be tough to achieve.
Clean. 4 alive for Complexity. This is what I was talking about in the last map. Not only picking up a couple of rounds towards the tail end of things, but now a good start of Inferno. Any thoughts of that dominating performance that they suffered against on Ancient are slowly starting to fade to the back of their minds, and they're remembering just how nice it felt to win on Anubis here.
So, bottom of Nana smoke, T-stairs smoke.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a pretty standard one these days. Been seeing, it was FaZe, I think, that was throwing the middle smoke, deep mid smoke. Haven't seen that yet from Complexity on CT side.
C9 attempting to nuke the smoke and try to pick a player over on Banana side, but unfortunately they've lost a player at Church. They've lost a player T-stairs here, C9. 3 on 5. On the cards here. Oh! Grim's just blown himself a Molotov. Someone clipped that. Just flew straight into his forehead. He said, thank you for that. I'll use that later on.
Good catch. Practicing his cricket skills while he's here in Australia.
Oh, what a clean round to follow as well. Nightmare of a first gun round for Cloud9.
It doesn't really feel like they've even been playing this game so far on Inferno. It just has been all the way of Complexity.
Complexity's been dominating them.
Same thing happening on the mainstream. He's kind of dominating Fnatic over there as well. So, oh, there's that molly. Gosh, it really did hit him in the head, didn't it? Surprised it didn't make a noise. Little doom.
Half buy here for Cloud9. Mac 10 out for Hobbit. Somewhat limited util with the Tech 9s. Trying to make something happen. The money is rock solid for Complexity. Here's a quick Banana take, though. Smoke immediately extinguished, and Hobbit hits a nice entry. Grim trying to hold, but there's only so much he can do against, you know, a pack of cats just jumping around at him. Couple M4s picked up.
Oh, fast flank, though, at the bottom of Nana already here for Complexity. JT not bold enough to push through the smoke, however. And Cloud9, after the first time, actually into a bomb site, getting the plant down. That is their first plant of the map. Giving Complexity a little bit of a pause for thought. JT. Oh, what a raw adjustment. I really thought that was going the way of Axile. But it seems that Complexity will be able to make another round fall in their favor. And is it just Hobbit sitting in the back of Dark? Molotov dislodges him from his position, and there you go. Another one for Complexity. Full 10-second defuse should be fine.
It's a bit of a dicey start, but they recovered it very, very nicely. Grim did more than enough damage as they tried to scale up towards top of Nana to make that 3-on-3 retake a little bit more palatable. Attack timeout for Cloud9. His initial first couple of rounds haven't really felt like they could get into the game outside of maybe that 3-on-3 post plan in just that last round. So time to make some changes, time to make some adjustments. They're not finding the opportunities that they were finding over on Ancient T-side. Their Ancient T-side was rock solid. It felt like they could find man advantages with relative ease, and it felt like they were in control of the mid to late round 9 out of 10 times. That's cute from Hobbit. Shooting the M4 over to his higher HP teammate. But at least here on Inferno, it's been all Complexity.
Where do we go from here for Cloud9? This has felt like quite a streaky series, if you know what I mean. When one team's in front, it seems to be very difficult for the other to get back in control. And okay, that'll do it.
Yeah, they finally found something. Freaks out for Shiro. Elige, mid-round aggression though. Catches two players in the side. Axile very low. But Cloud9, a good trade. Maintains that man advantage. JT left on his lonesome towards top side of B here. To continue to aggress.
This is such a scary spot for JT. He's going to have to be clinical, and he's not. Little stutter step there from Hobbit. Gets that headshot onto JT, and that is the B site cracked open. So Complexity, at this point now, will definitely be thinking about saving those weapons.
Yeah. Finally, Cloud9 get something rolling for themselves. They call attack timeout. Had a little bit of a chat about how to, you know, make the next round work, but really I feel like it was Complexity that kind of played into their hands a little bit. Allzerk trying to go for that pick over towards car side, and that gives Cloud9 the man advantage. And I was talking about it on Ancient for the entire game. When Cloud9 find themselves in a 5 versus 4, they are very clinical at converting. Sauce, gross.
Not a sauce man? I like sauce.
Only on my snags.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of tomato sauce.
Tomato, no barbecue?
Nah, but who's putting barbecue sauce on a bunning snag?
It pairs well with the onion.
No. Tomato. Tomato sauce only, mate. None of this ketchup business either. That's fake news. Oh, man. I could really go for it. I could really go for one right now, you know?
I could too. Hobbit, I mean, on his screen, that looks so much like slower. Again, it's like the peeker's advantage.
Yeah.
On JT's screen, it looked like he got, you know, status step one tapped.
Yeah.
That's what we mean when we talk about peeker's advantage. It's the perspective of each player. For Hobbit, relatively routine shot. For JT, feels like he got owned. Feels like, wow, that was sharp.
That's Counter-Strike 2, baby.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Axile, he's fallen off. He's had a little bit of a laugh to himself.
He's had enough.
Oh, hello, we got a nice little lineup for a jungle smoke here. For Electronic. Here you go, put that one in your notepad.
Yeah, I had spent a little bit of time standing in that exact spot, throwing grenades over that roof. It's so much taller, right? So you have to change everything up quite substantially.
Yeah, and I think some of the lineups changed a little bit.
The nades spend so long in the air.
Yeah.
When you have to throw them up.
Well, brackets take being attempted here by Cloud9. But Complexity haven't been robbed of that brackets info at all. They're still kind of sitting around, floppy up on top of porch here. Complexity, as soon as that retake utility on top of Nana fades, they actually refresh the smoke on B. So again, doing a good job of just keeping C9 at arm's length, but Cloud9 now grouping in towards brackets.
Allzerk. Here we go. Oh, it hasn't quite gone the way that he wanted it to. Oh, it's all fallen apart. Allzerk, he did everything, but it's actually Elige that will reap the rewards. He gets the double kill, and then another. How about that? Elige, 7-2 for the map. He does not want to be going home.
Yeah, you're a little filthy as Hulzerk with that leg shot, but at the end of the day, it does set up Elige for success. The leg shot from Hulzerk, as well as 3 bullets connected from Floppy before he dies, allows Elige to double up really easily, and then he wins that last aim duel as well. So, complexity. It's always a little dicey, isn't it, when you get that mid-round aggression of brackets to try to find info or find a pick in the mid-round, disrupt the Ts.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it doesn't usually go that well. I feel like maybe like 60-70% of the time, the Ts trade out effectively, get into an A side after plant, and retaking A, even on old Inferno, on new Inferno, it doesn't matter. Retaking A feels so difficult. As the CT side, you'd often just end up in a safe scenario. So Complexity going to be quite happy with how that's gone for themselves.
Yeah, I still feel like there's a lot more to kind of be discovered on this version of Inferno. You know, we're really only scratching the surface with these nades down the bottom of Nana at the start of the round, and the smoke into mid. The FaZe have been throwing. I feel like in a year's time or in 2 years' time, if the map still remains in the pool, it's going to be a situation where, you know, maybe not quite to the same extent as the Mirage window smoke, which got innovated year after year after year after year until it was, you know, instant window smokes getting thrown. We're going to see situations like that where people are going to discover new things and figure out new pieces of utility that get tossed from one side of the map to another. In that meanwhile, though, it looks like we've got a tech pause. So Perfecto having some sorts of troubles.
We're also having some troubles.
What's that?
Because, look, it hasn't started well for Fnatic.
No.
We want to see Dexter in the arena as biased Australians.
I've never been biased once in my life.
You were biased yesterday,
You
mate.
take that back. Shut your mouth.
But Monty...
I'll whack ya.
Yeah. All right. Why not? I'll give it anything a try once. Anything.
Well, nice little moment for Cloud9 to recuperate.
Yeah. We'll see if this is going to be a momentum shifter. Sometimes it can be a bit like that for tech pauses.
Yeah, I mean, they can't talk to one another.
No, but you can think. They can't stop you thinking. And
maybe one day, mind control.
Tactical FPSs are a, you know, not only a game of split-second decisions, but also a game where you have limited time to make decisions, you know. Similar to your chess players and things like that who are playing on a clock. I'm so happy to see that. Whoever made that, you deserve a big kiss. If you want one, consensually. You can come see me after the cast. Yes, like I was saying, similar to, you know, when you're playing chess, you got a timed clock, you only have so much time to make a decision. Things like tech pauses do give you more time to think about, how's the game been going? I was playing Banana, they did this mid-round pop flash, so here's what I'm going to, at the start of freeze time next round, I'm going to mention that. I wouldn't have had time to think about it otherwise, but I'm going to mention that. Or the IGL's thinking, what have they been doing? Okay, they did round 2. They did banana take first. They used that banana control. They went back for brackets on this timing, you know, and then the next round they went for, you know, banana take into B-side exit or something like that. So maybe if I can disrupt banana, I can go and control how the round is kind of flowing a little bit. You know, you have so much time to think as a coach, as an IGL, as individual players wanting to make adaptations to your game. But it goes the other way as well, as do tac pauses. And the whole time that tech pause is going, this chicken, he's been strutting around, and you can't shoot him. You can't. He just gets to do whatever he wants. It's his spawn.
Not for long. Oh, you got lucky. Yeah. You got lucky today.
That's very respectful of the wildlife complexity. We have, you know, we're kind of a little bit of sticklers about that here.
I reckon if it was a bush turkey, he would have got whacked. Would have slapped. Get out of here.
Chased by my dog, for sure.
They make a big mess, those bush turkeys.
They do.
Got any leaves on the ground?
They
don't want them
nearby. They
eat
my mum's plants, and it's actually ruining her retirement.
Oh, Axile's eating Elige alive. Good headshot. Electronics got one as well, and you were right, Pilsky, you said, is it going to be the shift in momentum after the tech timeout? Well, it seems like that is going to be the case. Cloud9 have opened quite nicely. Now it's on to Floppy, who has to change his position up as virtue of the Molotov. Playing anti-flash for a second, has to go so again and again and again. So many flashes, and Floppy, you can tell, is under so much pressure. He bought a little bit of time to Grim to come in there and get at least one more on the way out. Nade, blown open. Doesn't present an opportunity for Hallzerk, but he wants to creep through it. There is a bit of a hole. It has been mollied off. Cloud9 stuck in the site.
Yeah, but they'll be happy about that. These A-site retakes, very troublesome. Complexity are going to go for this, though.
Grim, head down, can't get round the corner, and now it's on to Hallzerk, who I'm not sure he's even going to be able to save this AWP at this point in time. Smoke to go through. Flash blinding him. And he's not getting out of here, surely.
Ooh, he's all right.
Well, Perfecto wanted to have a crack, but in the end, Hallzerk does escape.
It's a backside plan as well, so on full HP, Perfecto can still save in pit despite the radius changes. Wasn't fully backside, but even back left is good enough, apparently. Nice little entry from Axile. And this is why I was saying, Cloud9, when they find these man advantages, you can bet on them to win the round. Floppy, he's under so much press there. For anyone, you know, in a big pressure game, you're holding down angle and the teaser just jiggling you. They're waiting for you to make a mistake. That is such disciplined play from Cloud9. No wide swings or anything like that. Just sitting in their spacing and waiting for Floppy to peek out from them, and then they just peek together. It's a very annoying play style to play against. Another timeout here. It's time from Complexity. They are running out of cash. Cloud9 applying the pressure. If Cloud9 can convert this gun round here, we're talking about a completely different half for Counter-Strike. It's been Complexity on top so far this game. They were up 4-1. And they were feeling almost unbeatable. It hadn't felt like Cloud9 had even had a chance to really even think about getting around, but that narrative is starting to change, and particularly if Cloud9 can pick up this round and reset that CT economy, then this is really anyone's game at that point.
Yeah, Complexity started strong, but maybe a little bit of a falter ahead for them. Double nade down the banana and the Molotov to boot as well. Cloud9 not even really looking for Nana control in this round. More than happy to set up in toward mid, play things a little bit slower.
This brackets take again from Cloud9. Complexity very dry on utility. 1 minute 25, they've only got 5 grenades left. 2 smokes, no Molotovs. Full banana take, full brackets take from Cloud9 rather, denying information to the CT side here. There's only 2 CTs over here anyway. Allegiant Floppy trying to hold the A side of the map is going to be troublesome. After that, smoke starts to fade on jungle side. Molotov into bracket. JT tasked with playing the off angles, trying to chip down the numbers. There's the progression smoke from Cloud9, threatening the wrap into jungle.
Well, nade onto JT's position, and he forces himself in front of it.
Yeah, flash from Floppy wanted to set him up for success and allow him to get a kill for free, but this is where Cloud9 has been rock solid this series so far. The spacing and the trading is so snappy.
Still got Perfecto coming across from mid. But Cloud9 as a unit are going to start to work their way up through Diggity. 4 members alive right now. And Electronic has already found quite a lot of space. He has gotten all the way into pit unscathed until Floppy strikes from above. He's like a drop bear, apparently. You've got to watch out for those, though.
Flop bear.
Well, it's dealt with by Axile. And now it's just on to Perfecto. Although he might still be in with a chance. That bomb collected in time. Plant's going down. Hallzerk charging forward. Oh, Perfecto. He got off the plant, which was the play. But he didn't hit the shot.
Just a little bit too low to convert that one. Perfecto, player who has, you know, at points been thanked for the clutch. Can't convert that 1-on-1, unfortunately.
That would have been a sick clutch if he would have got it.
Still, without a plant for Cloud9, their money was still pretty good. Yeah, they are going to buy. It's a pretty good-looking buy. This still is completely hanging in the balance. The loss bonus is there still for Cloud9. Complexity with only 1 player surviving. Their loss bonus is minimal, like none. They're going to be hard reset if they lose this round, and their util once again is kind of dwindling here.
Oh, that's such a nice flash. Did you see that?
The standard flash. It's nothing new. We've been throwing that for a while. But yeah, it is. Very nice flash to clear halls.
And they're looking for top banana control as well. Grim is holding on to it. Sitting behind the sandbags. And flash up into the air as well is perfect. Wow, look at that from Complexity.
Wow.
Talk about nice flashes.
What a mop. They go from barely surviving in a one-on-one to 4 alive. And Complexity, I mean, you've got to give them credit where credit is due. They are disrupting these attempts at map control from Cloud9. They shut them out of brackets and banana simultaneously. That's not something that's easy. Usually you have to respect that map control, but Complexity is shutting them down in both of the critical parts of the map right now. And Cloud9 back to the drawing board, even without a bomb plant and only 2.9k loss bonus, they still force here. Down to Tech9's Mac 10, only 2 rifles. It's an interesting choice, especially given the fact that Complexity had so many players alive in the last round. There's not as much reset potential here as Cloud9 would like.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. It's a risky choice from Cloud9 for sure.
That is MR12 in a nutshell. You would never force here in MR15. No chance.
Down 7-2. This half could really run away for Complexity if they can get a solid win here. Liege is just going to shoulder that corner, get the Molotov in as the smoke comes through, deny Cloud9 the possibility of walking into brackets. You still have Holzerk watching the boiler. He'll be pushed away. But an artillery barrage over the top from Complexity, and then Holzerk banging Axile out of carpets. It's a good looking round setup here for Complexity, and the charge through from the pistols. Normally it's scary, but I'm not sure that's the case against the big old crossfire here of Complexity.
Yeah. Hold on.
Shiro and Perfecto working hard to try to salvage the round, but Floppy will shut it down.
It's never going to work. Like, you lost your carpets player. They're just trying to shove dry up Diggity. It's like, it's such a low percentage, especially in a 4-on-5. But like, I don't know, maybe new Inferno's a different story, but at old Inferno in Go, if you're trying to shove dry Diggity, even with a couple of balcony flashes or something like that, it just doesn't work. You run into the pit site crossfire. It's one of the hardest things to deal with in the game. I mean, Complexity, I'm pretty sure we're playing double pit with that late rotation through Moto to provide a bit of a crossfire. C9 just continuing to force here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they want to give it another crack. Seems to be working out this time. Liege at the bottom of mid, causing a bit of a problem. Hobbit, oh, he's dealt with accordingly.
The nade in the chicken pit. Oh, that's insane.
Rip to my bros, the chickens.
Yeah, there's one. He made it out. He's migrated.
You ever wonder where chicken mince comes from?
He's a house chicken now. Perfecto's found himself a rifle. This is a messy 3-on-3. This has really just been fisticuffs in middle. You can see it where everyone's died on the map. Middle and banana, that was a messy start to the round. And Complexity, they're not done fighting middle. They're looking for some more punches. They want to have the last laugh here.
Good on them. I think if you're going to stack 3 players over to A at this point in the game, you need to be doing something with it. Unfortunately, that something hasn't quite gone the way they wanted it to, and Electronic's going to be head down. Now waiting for the next push. Oof. Well, this is a tough spot to clear out. The nade is going to land it on top of him, and Floppy gets the rest of the job done, but tough one to win for Floppy with Axel behind him. Plan's going to go down. Perfecto in the sight. And it's actually Perfecto waiting for Axel, who's wrapping his way in through CT. Floppy's taken a little bit too long to isolate those 1v1s, and now a massive crossfire is going to be established. How do you possibly hope to get Perfecto away from Nubox? He's at least been able to cross. Yeah, I'm not sure that was spotted by Axile, but time is really running down, and there was nothing to be done there for Floppy. A valiant effort, but Complexity will remain on 3.
Messy round between the T-side force buying and the mid-aggression here from Complexity. But Cloud9, their force gives them a chance at a lifeline into this game. Pick themselves up a 4th round in a game where it feels like they've kind of been down and out. Orps out for Holzerk. Buys a little skewed for the CT side. Not really all of the rifles that you want to be seeing for them, but decent utility across the board. Once again, Leech just active in middle. So aggressive here. For Complexity.
Oh, look at that. Alish gets one again. 2 rounds in a row he's done this.
He's in bloody T stairs at 1 minute 20. I feel like I'm watching a bloody Premier game right now.
Might as well be with all the ball fighting going on. And Grim, he's been flashed into Nana. Spots out Shiro as well. Disaster for Cloud9. Alish is waiting from behind, looking to strike. They should have put him in those promo videos. What kind of animal would he be?
Well, if talking about Complexity, it'd be a hungry animal at the moment, the way they're playing.
Cassowary, aren't they aggressive?
Cassowaries are terrifying.
There you go. Cassowary. Look that one up, guys. That's an
closest thing to a dinosaur in existence.
That's what Alish is. He's the cassowary. Just running at you. Get out of my mid. That's what he said. Probably not as Aussie.
Yeah.
Well, what's Axile going to do?
Nah, 25 seconds. It's time to start thinking about how you're going to throw to break, Jordan.
He wants to make a barbecue. He's got an Alish, but he's got a cassowary barbecue. Not sure that's going to help him. 17 seconds. Has to just charge into this B bomb site. Really running out of time now. Flashes are going to go through into CT spawn, and JT will take the opportunity to peek. So there it is, 9-3. And we're going to go to a break. We'll be back in just a sec. Well, it's not looking good for Fnatic over there on the A stream, and you can probably say the same thing about Cloud9 over here on the B stream. C9, only 3 rounds in the first half of Inferno. Doesn't set themselves up very kindly for this CT side. Pistol is going to be hugely important for them. Juli's coming out for Electronic and Perfecto. I think there's still some legs left in this map if Cloud9 can win the pistol. But if not, it's going to be getting pretty tight.
Straight up mid is Complexity. Setting the pace early on. 2 players in carpets right now. Want to try to isolate Floppy, take him out of the equation, and then focus on this push coming up dig side.
Electronic already striking quite nicely onto Floppy. Does put things in a good position for Cloud9. Shiro will lose his head. JT has doubled down. And in the blink of an eye, it's gone from bad to worse, actually, for Cloud9. Round started well, but it might not end in that direction. Grim, JT on the site, and JT's having a banger of a pistol. It's just Perfecto now. 2 guns is better than 1, but 3 players is better than 1. And that's enough for Complexity to get through the pistol, and they might have Inferno wrapped up pretty cleanly if they keep this up.
Surely got to be a CT side force buy here for Cloud9. They showed a tendency to force at the end of the T half to try to create opportunities for themselves. And look, going back to go on Old Inferno, second round forces were the norm. So we'll see what Cloud9 are going to come up with here. They actually full eco. Deagle out for Perfecto, but the rest of the boys just relying on the P2Ks. It's a big push down middle here. Getting absolutely mopped. Elige just continues this good run of form here. But it's not just him here. It's all of Complexity performing across the board. 4 frags between everyone on the squad right now.
Complexity giving those North American fans that stayed up to watch this game something to be thankful for. Elige just on for the ace here. If he can catch that final kill onto Hobbit, which it seems like he's in pole position to do. And there it is.
5 alive.
Well done from Elige.
Wow. It's a little too easy. Spirits are high in the Complexity camp right now. They recognize just how close they are to moving on in the lower bracket here.
Yep. And it will be Monty that they will play against. As I've been told, Monty have just dispatched of Fnatic.
No Dexter.
No Dexter to the arena. It is just JKS, the sole Australian representative here at IEM Sydney that remains. And that is something that the fans will be both heartened and disappointed by. At least they will get to see JKS in the arena.
Oh, what a way to start the first gun round. You lose your AWPer.
Yeah, like that.
5 seconds in. This might be the only gun round C9 gets to play at this rate unless someone could dig real deep. Not a whole lot of names left over on this CT side here. Complexity not in a rush to be going anywhere, really.
Electronic 1-for-1's not quite going to be good enough here. He gets the info that there's more players in bracket, and it's on to Axile, who will desperately try to survive here. A1S. And getting a bit of help out from Perfecto there as well. Really more of a decoy than anything else was Perfecto, but he set it up for Axile to at least get 2. Duel though from Holzerk, he's just not afraid.
What a round initially. An AWPer knows exactly where an opposing AWPer wants to peek, and usually he'd be scoped up on that position, but in this case, oh, was it a flick? Oh, yeah, decent flick. Nice little adjustment. Instant one tap on the armorless Shiro, and then what is that? A 4K in the opening gun round. What a round from Holzerk. He just shut the door on Cloud9.
Well, this might be the last round we get to see from Cloud9 at IEM Sydney. Complexity going to take it slow to kick things off this time. Smoke down at the bottom of Banana from Cloud9 means that they can maintain control of that position for a moment. Grimdo's deciding to push his way through. Now the util getting tossed into sandbags. And some counteracting tossed back from Cloud9.
Another opening kill for Holzerk on the rifle. Cloud9 once again playing 4 versus 5 in a must-win gun round. We're starting to play them out of IEM Sydney at this point.
And he's done nothing. Mag 7 though, How about it from Perfecto? First shot, second shot. Didn't really land, did they? And with a Mag 7 at that range, you'd really think they would have done a bit more than that, but not the case. And Cloud9 now down to just 2, Shiro and Axile. One of whom is still a long way away from this B site, and the other is holding on to a Mag 7. It is indeed just the Mag 7. Shiro is going to have to be the hero for Cloud9. And I just don't see it happening. Too much util there for Complexity to delay with the smoke and the Molotov, and even then a couple of flashes. He gives away the fact that he's in CT, flash through the smoke. He's got to go. There's no other option, and that is that. It is Complexity that will knock Cloud9 out of